Good afternoon. I would like to welcome all of you back to the last sessions of the 47th sessions of the Committee on World Food Securities, which actually this afternoon is the last agenda item, other matters, on agenda item 6. I hope that you have a good lunch, good rest, and also you would be able to join one of the side event as well. Very happy, okay, with a good coffee as well. Yeah, thank you very much. Excellencies, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, let us resume our work with our last item, other matters. This time, the committee will be asked the following to endorse some changes in the composition of the Bureau for the remainder of the biennium, ending at CFS 49. And also to endorse the date and venues of the next plenary sessions, CFS 48 special session and CFS 49 session. You can see that this year we are very busy because we have 3 CFS plenaries in a row within 1 year. And also the last one to adopt the final report of the 47 sessions of the Committee on World Food Securities, which actually thank you very much for your contribution and support. And finally, last night, our drafting committee worked very hard until we got the report, which actually I think all of you have got the report already, which is now available on the CFS website. With regard to sub-item 1, I would like to inform you that some regional groups would like to change their members in the CFS Bureau. In particular, GRULAC would like Argentina to be the Bureau members and Dominican Republic to be its alternate. And also European regional group would like Spanish to become Bureau members and France to be its alternate, which actually CFS is very special. At the Bureau meetings, members and alternate also can express their voice. Now I would like to ask you that can we endorse this change by acclamation? I hope that everything should be okay. Thank you very much for your endorsement. And also would like to welcome Argentina and also Spain to be the Bureau members, and also Dominican Republic and France to be our alternate. And we are looking forward for your great contribution and also continued support to the work of the CFS together with others members of the Bureau and also alternate. Thank you very much. Let us move to the next agenda sub-agenda item. We will deal with arrangement of the CFS 47 special session and also CFS 49 session. And also I would like to ask our secretary if you are here. Okay, Chris Hickedon, he's here. Please inform us about the details of the proposed date and also the details of the next sessions of the CFS. Now I give the floor to Secretary, please.
Indeed. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Briefly, the proposals that have been made and that are now on the Rome-based calendar as discussed in Bureau sessions and meetings of the Bureau with their advisory group has for June 2021 as the CFS 48th session. That would be a special session which would have one item presumably on the agenda, or at least one core item on the agenda, and that is the adoption of policy recommendations on agroecological and other innovative approaches, which we will take up after this session closes. This second session is the normally timed October session of CFS 49, and that is scheduled for 11 to 15 October of this year. Back to you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, thank you very much, Secretary, for your information, which actually we also all of you are invited to join and participated in CFS 47 and also 49, as our Secretary explained to all of you. Now, can I take that the committee agree with the proposed date for CFS 48 on 4th of June, and also CFS 49 sessions from 11 to 15 October 2021 by exclamation. I hope that all of you agree that we can endorse. And also I see your smile, big smile, that you are willing to join and you are looking forward to participate in the next CFS, because we still have let's say some work to do together. Thank you very much for your support. Now I would like to invite you to consider the third sub-agenda item, which is the adoption of the CFS 47 final report. And we know that we want to have a substantive report, and that's why we would like to thank for your great deliberation during the week, and also your discussion during the week is very helpful, and also it's a lot of things that we have a dynamic discussion during this week. The committee is asked to consider the adoption of the final report. As you know, this report has been prepared by our drafting committee. Just allow me to call on the chairpersons of the drafting committee to introduce the draft final report. Mr. Manas Mitra from Bangladesh, chair of the drafting committee. Now you have the floor, please. Yeah, please, Chair, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And thank you particularly, you have done an excellent job in conducting the session with your smiling face and even to reach to the consensus. Distinguished delegates, CFS members and participants, it is indeed a pleasure and honor for me to present the draft final report of the 47th plenary session of the Committee on World Food Security. It was finalized by the drafting committee yesterday evening. The draft final report is available in all official languages on the CFS 47 website. If improvements are required in the translation of the English text into other languages, CFS stakeholders are invited to send written comments and proposals to the CFS Secretariat, which will forward them directly to the translators. We finalized the draft final report in one session of the drafting committee. For this reason, I would like to thank colleagues who have participated in this process for their efforts, constructive spirit, and effective collaboration as key factors for the success of this exercise. Dear colleagues, I would here like to mention the names of the countries, those who have participated in the discussion of the drafting committee. The countries are Argentina, Brazil, the Dominican Republic, Indonesia, New Zealand, the Russian Federation, Senegal, Spain, Sudan, and the United States of America, and also me from Bangladesh as chair of the drafting committee. The document is based on the decisions taken by the plenary and the conclusions that were agreed by the committee at the end of each agenda item. The objective of our work was to ensure that the text of the draft final report is in line with the decisions and conclusions agreed in plenary, and to define minor editorial changes with a view to improving the text without changing the substance. In light of these considerations, my proposal is that the committee can adopt the final report of its 47th session en bloc. I thank you, Mr. Chair, and over to you.
Thank you very much, Chair of the Drafting Committees, and also thank you for the members of the Drafting Committee as well for your excellent work and also the hard work that you delivered to all of us this afternoon. And I understand that the Drafting Committee worked very hard on last night evenings to complete this draft final report. And I believe that this final report is a balanced and fair reflections of the decisions in this plenary as we discussed during the week. And also, I would like to ask the committee to adopt this report en bloc. And so if there's no any objections, I propose we adopt this final report. Okay, I think I get a hand raised by our colleague from Switzerland and US. Now I give the floor to Switzerland, please. Switzerland, please.
Thank you very much, Chair. Permit me to come back to paragraph 18, letter H of the draft report, which is the reference to the transmission or the request to ECOSOC. While Switzerland fully supports the result of the negotiation process and welcomes the final product, we do, however, regret that the plenary deviates here in this case from its standard procedure of the past with its request to the ECOSOC. And we do not understand this procedure. In the spirit of compromise, we accepted the wish of the plenary, but Switzerland would like to underline that we are of the view that without plausible reason, in this case, there's a weakening of the guidelines in respect to past procedures, notably with the RAI principles, where the CFS plenary requested ECOSOC to consider, endorse, and ensure the wide dissemination, as well as for the framework for action for food security and nutrition in protected crisis, where the CFS plenary equally requested the ECOSOC to consider, endorse, and ensure the wide dissemination, as well as for the VGGTs, where the CFS plenary requested the ECOSOC to further endorse the VGGT. So Switzerland would like to reserve its right to reopen this question in the perspective of the ECOSOC meeting. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Switzerland, for your observations and comments. Now I give the floor to US, please.
Hi, Chair. Thank you very much. And thank you to colleagues of the drafting committee and also to the Secretariat for the quick work between, I think, midnight last night and now. We just wanted to note that in the link provided for the final report, we did not see any of the annexes, and we would appreciate seeing the annexes, and then we'll be prepared to adopt the report en bloc. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much, Jewess, for your suggestion and also comment. Now I would like to give the floor perhaps to our chair of the drafting committee or secretariat to respond to the point. Maybe I think our chair of the, I'm not sure that one of you can respond to those. Regarding the website, perhaps secretary can respond to that. Yep, and also I give the floor to chair of the drafting committee, please.
Happy to respond. Happy to go after the chair of the drafting committee. Minash, up to you.
Yeah, please.
Okay, thank you. If the as per the request from the delegate from US, I think we can show the annexes to the plenary. Yes, Secretariat, if you can add anything. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we have the draft. Typically what we do, if there is a annex of this nature, which in the case of the United States was a explanation of position, we append that as stated in the report after the session closes. The language used is exactly as it was received. It is the US statement. It is their explanation of position more specifically, since it is has a legal bearing for the dissociation, which was specific to parts of the VGs. Now, the second statement, which was debated last night, was that of the civil society mechanism. Similarly, we will append their statement as it was discussed in the drafting committee, and that will be done as soon as the session is closed, with the exact wording similar to what they gave us, and without any title, similar as we did at CFS 46. So back to you, Mr. Chair.
Yep. Thank you very much, Secretary, for your explanation regarding the proposed, let's say, the comments made by our colleague from Switzerland. I do hope that we take note your concern on these issues. But however, since the drafting committees and also during our discussions previously on Tuesday night. Yes, on Tuesday night. I think your delegation also agree with these draft report on this paragraph, and I do hope that we will have your compromise and flexibilities, the final report that we have at the moment. Switzerland, please.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you also for your proposal. Well, it is at least to us of importance to underline what we are doing here, and unfortunately, we have the impression that also in the preparatory process of the Bureau, we have not received the full information we should have received, particularly concerning the requests submitted to the FAO legal office. So our impression is that the plenary here might not have had all the information available which is necessary. So this, just to underline that here we are deviating from a common practice of the past, and I wanted to make sure that our concern to lower the level of ambition to weaken the CFS here without any plausible reasons is well noted. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much for your suggestion and comments. I think your concerns are take note. And now I would like to request the committee to adopt this final report en bloc. And I do hope that this afternoon we can adopt the report. I don't see any hand raised. I think now the final report is adopted. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, thank you very much for all of you. We know that we spent 4 days of the plenaries together, and we have heard and also all of your voice are heard by the committees, and also we exchange our views during our plenaries. And before I close this session, I would like to ask the secretary if you have any further announcement or any housekeeping announcement to inform our members and stakeholders, please.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and congratulations to all the members, all the participants, all the stakeholders, all the observers. This was historic in the sense that we've done this now for the first time online, virtually, and we made decisions, we negotiated, and we have excellent outcomes to be proud of. So to that end, I do want to thank and please the entire Secretariat team, including colleagues in the HLPE coordination unit. Please turn on your videos. If you have a limit of how many videos you can see, I realize, but this could not have happened without very, very hard work from the entire team, setting up everything from A to Z, making sure the side events that you saw were handled very well. All the translation, the interpretation, the documentation, just a big round of applause for the entire Secretariat team. So thank you first. So in terms of housekeeping, we will be sending out a short survey by email. Surveys only function well when they're responded to. We promise it won't take more than 5 to 10 minutes of your time, but it will help us to see what you liked, what we can do better. So please answer that. We should be sending that out tomorrow. I remind you that not only does our website have all the information about what we've done on COVID-19 over the last year, but under the CFS 47 webpage, we have statements, presentations, the video that you saw today. All of that will be online, ideally everything by tomorrow. If you made a statement, you have it in writing, please share it with us. It's worth sharing so everyone can see exactly what your positions are. Finally, I'd like to thank the Rome-based agencies that make this possible. Without their budgetary support, along with extra budgetary support from some of the members, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be able to have such a effective, good team to get all this work done. We need their continued support, and we need the governance bodies of each to recognize that CFS is the flagship example of Rome-based collaboration, and it needs to continue to reach the ambitions that we have heard from you all. So, Mr. Chair, congratulations to you. Congratulations to all those involved in the voluntary guidelines. And again, a big thank you to the CFS Secretariat team, the high-level panel of experts, all of the constituents that make this the unique platform in the UN system that it is. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, our Secretary and also the Secretariat team. If you can recall, in CFS 46, at the end of the session, I remember the committee suggested us to have the substantive report. And now we have the final report that you just endorsed. Next step. We also encourage you to use and utilize this report to make the impact at your country level, and also to make sure that we can bring the values of the CFS. We can work together to increase the visibilities and the values of the CFS to the public. And that's why, thank you again for your support and contribution. And also I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Secretary, Mr. Chris Hagedorn, who lead the Secretariat, and also the whole team of the Secretariat. And also, before I continue my further talk, I would like to encourage you to keep your camera on once again, because now I have 200 participants, but it just only 50 keep the camera on. It's the last time that we will see each other, because we still have another 4 or 5 months that we will come and to see your face, to see your smile, to work together for CFS. And that's why, if you I don't disturb your privacy too much, I would like to encourage you to keep the camera on and to see your friends, your colleague who work for 4 days, 4 nights together. And also, I would like to take these last opportunities to thank the HLPE, the chair of the HLPE, the vice chair of HLPE and also the members of the HLPE expert who provides their service, bring science and policy interface here at CFS. And also would like to thank the Secretariat of the CFS HLPE with the team of CFS as well. And also, we cannot have any, we also need to thank our folks and colleagues from the interpretation service who facilitate our discussion. We can understand each other's because we have a different languages. But now we improve our better understanding at CFS. And also the CFS will continue play its role as international and intergovernmental multi-stakeholders platform to bring a better work and also to ensure the food securities and nutrition for all, and also to ensure that all voices are heard. Now, I would like to declare that the 47th session of the Committee on World Food Securities is officially closed.
Mr. Chair? Sorry, I recognize that the decisions are made, but there is one hand up. You may want to check if there are any other comments.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Chris. I didn't see it. Now I give the floor to PSM, please.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to say that as this meeting draws to a close, on behalf of PSM, I would like to express my deep appreciation to you, Mr. Chair, on behalf of the over 50 business leaders who have been able to participate as part of the delegation of the private sector mechanism in this virtual plenary. We have farmers, fisher people, food technologists, and every aspect of the value chain watching with interest. And while this virtual format for the plenary and the negotiations has changed the dynamic of CFS, it is still a place for diplomacy, mutual respect, and constructive engagement. We are all here because we know the work of engagement leads to more action and brings us closer to the goals of a world with food security. In the months ahead, we look forward to CFS and also the task of bringing CFS products to the Food System Summit. We have been pleased to work collaboratively with you, Mr. Chairman, and the Secretariat team to shine a spotlight on the good work of CFS. So we thank you for your diligence and your firm guiding hand to keep us moving forward in an unexpected CFS working environment these past months. Our thanks too to the Secretariat for a successful plenary and keeping us moving through such long negotiations, and to the advisory group and the HLPE for many extra hours of work as our world has faced new challenges. And of course, a special note of appreciation to the Netherlands, Nigeria, Finland, and Burkina Faso for their efforts over the past few months to ensure CFS delivers the products that maximize its relevance and its impact. And we certainly look forward to the coming months of discussions on agroecological and other innovative approaches. It will be our pleasure to work with you all. In that regard, we'll be convening or convening a high-level dialogue on innovation in March and look forward to helping to advance the work in this regard. Now is a critical time to advance the work of CFS and to use the platforms we are given to make the case for the future of food systems. Congratulations to all for a major milestone at CFS. All the best to everyone. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, thank you very much, PSM. Okay, now I think it's the right time to say last thank you, spasiba, muchas gracias, merci beaucoup, shukran, sisia. Thank you very much. Now the meeting is adjourned.
Gracias, Chair.
Congratulations.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Bye. Merci.
Congratulations.
Bye. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.